Hey, it's Glenn with the almost world-famous Cactus Atlas, about to explore Cedar Breaks National Monument for the very first time. So after some pondering about what to do in this park, I was kind of bouncing between driving around and checking out all the overlooks or doing a trail. And this first stop here seems just my speed. I think I'm gonna try the Spectra Point Trail, and that will be 2 miles round trip, I believe. It's 1 mile there and 1 mile back. The Ramparts overlook is 4 miles total, 2 miles there and 2 miles back. And at this high elevation, that's probably all I got in me today, so let's see how I do. And basically, this is my research here. What I'm basing my decision off of, a couple things here. So we are right here, and I plan on hiking this trail all the way out to here. Now, I think all the good stuff is like in here in the middle, facing this direction, from what I could tell. And also, it's got old bristlecone pines out there, which you guys should know by now I'm a big fan of. So there's a couple things that I look forward to here. Obviously the views that we're gonna see. This is supposed to be very much like Bryce Canyon, very red, very pretty, although I hear more eroded. But we're also at really high elevation, once again 10,000 feet or 3,000 meters. And you can see we're in a pine forest up here. Oh, we're already coming up a crest here. Are we about to get views? Oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting to see views this quickly. I only take you guys to the best places here. Oh my goodness. What a view. This is amazing. Quite honestly, I wasn't expecting a reveal that quickly, and that explains why folks were just, coming to out of their cars and they were already getting back to the parking lot. I was like, oh, they gave up early. Well, you don't have to walk far to see this. One of several overlooks, by the way, but I do want to hike a little bit today, so we're gonna do that. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't think you can hike down into this from up here, but I did read there's ways to access it down below from the Dixie National Forest, probably some forest roads or something. If anybody knows that, leave a comment down below. A little disappointing that we can't hike down there somehow, but this is great. I want to see this from multiple perspectives. You could see a lot of hoodoos down there from up here. I'm a little embarrassed to say also, I've never heard of this national monument. I mean, there's so much to do and see in Utah, and the more obvious things that one would think of, Bryce Canyon, Zion National Park. This place isn't that far away from those, but I don't know how this didn't register on my map in the past. Wow. It's one of the prettiest landscapes I've seen. Now they have signs warning you not to wander out there. Apparently it's a really loose, crumbly cliff face. You might go bye-bye if you go down there. I'm not gonna screw around with that. All right, I lied. This looks pretty well traveled, so. And since this trip is all about conquering my fear of heights, why not, right? You could see, like right there, how that cracks and crumbles, so. But how else are you gonna get views like this? You're not. Yeah, looking down there, there's really no way to fashion a trail down that, I'm guessing. That's steep. Maybe there's some trails that hike at the bottom of this. If so, I gotta figure that out, because that would be fantastic to go see from down below. Now we're heading around to this side. Well, like the different colors, purple, orange, red. green. Wow. And there's one of those ground squirrels. Hi. What are you doing? You want to be a YouTube superstar? Hey, don't be afraid. I just want to get you on camera, buddy. Hey. Oh darn, I wore up my welcome. I was hoping I'd set up my camera and he'd come out to say hi, pose for you, but hopefully what I got was good enough. Oh boy, here comes the climb. This is pretty cool. This talks about how in the early 1920s, the Utah Parks Company built lodges at Cedar Brinks National Monument. Basically, this is what remains today of that era. Very quaint. I don't think I would have minded staying out here, right up next to the rim. I mean, the rim is just feet away. And look at these views from 10,000 feet up here in that valley below. And this trail is awesome because you really get to see this from all sorts of different angles. So I can't recommend doing this enough. Just hopefully you can tolerate this high elevation better than I can. There's a little side trail. I'm wheezing out here. My asthma's working up. I brought my inhaler though, so that's good. Oh wow, look at this. This is the best view yet, I would say. The Cedar Breaks Amphitheater. And there's the trail. Heads out over that overlook there. I have a feeling that's going to be amazing when we get over there. And we just have to climb to the summit of this hill now. We're almost there. And then it's downhill for a bit, thankfully, until we have to come back up. And just to kind of orient you guys, there's that uphill section I just walked right there. That cabin somewhere right over there. And then the trailhead's up about there towards the center of your screen. So we've walked a good ways already. There's a little preview of where we're heading. You should be able to see some folks walking down there. So I think we're on our final approach to whatever that, I think that's the Spectra overlook since I haven't passed any other overlooks yet. And now you can see another view, now from almost the other side from where we started, way over there. You get really good views into the canyon and you start to descend, so it's not like we're going all the way down, but we should get a nice view from lower down than when we started anyway. Now we're back in the forest. You wouldn't even know there was like that beautiful scene behind me at this point. So here we found it. I don't think a lot of people come here to see bristlecones, but I'm a huge fan. And these would be bristlecone pines. These would be probably, I think I read that these are over 1,000 years old. These are pretty big, but we've seen some that were over 4,000 years old at the ancient bristlecone pine forest in California. If you want to check that out, I'll put a link in the description down below, but these are fantastic trees. And just to ponder, I mean, like, some of the oldest trees may have been around when the pyramids were being built in Egypt, according to this. They are the oldest known living organisms in the world. So yeah, we got the bonus here. We got to see an amazing landscape today and bristlecone pine, so that's awesome. Looks like we arrived at Spectra Overlook down there, but let's do our flying shot to make you feel superhuman. It totally is like Bryce Canyon without the crowds. Yeah, this is much better to see from this angle, I think, than over there, mainly because you don't get to see the hoodoos as clearly as you do on this side, so very well worth hiking at least to Spectra Point. I can't speak for Ramparts just because I haven't done it and I'm not gonna have time today, but this is amazing. All alone at this magnificent lookout. How are you gonna do that at Bryce Canyon, huh? And I'm not trying to knock Bryce Canyon, because Bryce Canyon I still think has this beat overall, but I just can't stand the crowds, I'm sorry. So I'm trying to show you guys some way to avoid those headaches if you want. And this view is amazing. If you just study the landscape down below, I see like arches down there. Just stripes, different colors in the rocks. All right, well, I think it's time to head on back. Need to save some daylight. I would love to be out here during sunset or sunrise. This would be spectacular, I bet. But anyway, I'm gonna hightail it all the way back up there, where hopefully I can start catching my breath again, and then it should all be downhill. We conquered Cedar Breaks National Monument for the first time and hiked all the way out to Spectra Point. Couldn't have asked for a finer day. Probably couldn't have asked for finer views. I might be missing some things here because I didn't do all of the overlooks, so tell me what I missed in the comments down below. But if you ever get a chance to come see this and you want to avoid the crowds at Bryce, keep in mind it's Labor Day today. This is the place you want to go.